Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. I don't know if you know Rob Reiner. He was a young actor, and from his young days, you would think that he would have been a Trump supporter, just the way he acted and the shows he acted in. But he's not, and Trump was not. He didn't care less if Rob died or not, because Rob did not care for what Trump is doing. But that's not why I want to talk about this. He and his wife Michelle were both slain in their home. They were killed, and a knife was used. They were stabbed to death. And when you hear things like that, my first thought is it's someone they knew. It's someone who was in the house before. It's someone they probably trusted. Anytime someone enters a home with a knife, not a gun, not a gun, with a knife, and they do the unthinkable, it's usually someone who is familiar with the people in that house and with the way the house is set up, and it's someone that is trusted. It's his son now who has been arrested. Okay, they're saying that he had a drug problem, maybe mental illness. They're saying that he is accusing his parents of not paying too much attention to him. They cared more about their careers than they did about raising their children. And there's going to be a whole lot of mudslinging, who did this and who didn't do that, and who, pushed him over the edge, or what pushed him over the edge. There's going to be a lot of that going around. But as it stands, Rob and Michelle are dead, and their son has been charged. His bail is in the millions of dollars, millions of dollars. His bail, they have his bail set real high. Not that, who knows, maybe he can afford to get out of prison. Maybe he can match that bail, but as it stands right now, he is arrested for killing his parents. I wanted to talk about this, like I said, so that you are reminded. Okay, the son's name is Nick Reiner. Okay, I wanted to remind you that when tragedy hits, when something bad really happens to you, and sometimes you sit and you think, how could it have happened? Where is that weak link? And you're thinking and you're rolling things over in your mind as to how it could have possibly gone down to like almost perfection. Everything happened like the way it was supposed to happen, and you're left there thinking, how can that be? How can it be? How did he know that there was no one around? How did he know, where the parents were at that time? How did he know they were home at that time? Which rooms they were in? Were they together? Was there a struggle? How did he know how to do what he did and accomplish a crime? Two people now. Two people. And accomplish it, and was able to walk away. He was found relatively soon after everything happened, because the cops in America, they know that if the first person you will look for, or people, would be someone who's connected to the family. But you mustn't doubt yourself when you're thinking, this is to you in Barbados who might be listening, you must not doubt yourself when you're thinking that whatever tragedy happened within the confines of your space, that they were brought about by someone you know. Do not doubt yourself. It's probably 99% someone you know. it's probably 99% someone you know. Hardly is it ever a stranger, hardly. Yeah, people, you will say, in Barbados are getting desperate at this time. Yes, there is a sense of desperation, but outside of that, when things do happen and they happen on your steps within the confines of your home, it's usually almost 100%. It's probably, most probably it's usually it's someone you know. It's someone you know. You've been set up. They know your movement. They know where things are. They know where the door is open, when it's closed. They know because they were informed. They know you. They know the person who knows you. But it's usually someone you know. So this is for you, who may be wondering where the money went. Sometimes you miss money and you're wondering where it went. You could have dropped it. And sometimes, you could be sick and you're wondering why your belly is hurting so badly because, you cooked your own food and, it's not as though you ate out. And sometimes you may have a headache and you're wondering, well, are the pills, that the doctor gave me, are those my pills, or there's someone? Anytime you're offset, you come outside and you park your car. It's where you parked it, but it looks like 2 inches off. The car, it's right in the spot where you parked it, but it just looks a little bit off. Trust your senses. Trust your senses. Someone could have driven your car and brought it back, and they know how you parked it and where you parked it and did the same thing, but you seeing that car, no, it's off. Trust your senses. That's the only reason I've done this video. Trust your senses and know that when anything goes south, it's usually orchestrated by someone you know. Okay? This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.